through the characters building, which is part of Risala Qushayriya, Imam Qushayri, and we reached the section 85, which is Bab al-Dua, the supplicatory prayers, the dua. And what he's saying that to seek help or to get benefit from Allah Azza wa Jal. And you have to be truthful. Your food and drink has to be halal. And you have to do it in certain condition, use certain time. You should be in certain position, in certain heart condition, begging and asking Allah Azza wa Jal humbly and things. Allah Azza wa Jal said in the Quran, ادعوا ربكم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ادعوا ربكم تضرعا وخفية. Call on your Lord humbly and secretly. So Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to ask Him. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, الدعاء مخ العبادة. Dua, to ask Allah Azza wa Jal, supplicatory prayer, is the core of worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. The core of the worship. And some of them take it as a dua al-ibadah. الدعاء is the ibadah. الذين يستكبرون عن عبادتي يدخلون جهنم صاغرين. We'll bring the ayah for you. يستكبرون. Because it's dangerous if somebody refuses to make dua to Allah Azza wa Jal. وقال ربكم ادعوني استجب لكم إن الذين يستكبرون عن عبادتي. So Allah considered asking Him is ibadah. سيدخلون جهنم, they will enter hellfire in humiliation. Those who are too arrogant to ask Allah Azza wa Jal. يستكبرون عن عبادتي, which is to call Him, to ask Him for help. He considered that ibadah. Why it's ibadah? What dua acknowledge? Because philosophers and atheists get into the religion through dua. And it's difficult sometimes for many people to answer them. Because if you say Allah Azza wa Jal planned what's going to happen to you and everything else in the past, it was His decision, yeah? So if you do something wrong, it's His decision. So why He takes you to hell? Yeah? Are you with me? Yeah? He takes it. If He already decided what's going to happen, will ibadah, will dua change it? So if it changes, then what He wrote was not going to happen then. You see? If you make dua that Allah Azza wa Jal stop the war against Gaza, never happen again. And He wrote in Ilm al-Azali or al-Kitab, there will be a war. Will your dua stop what's written in the book, erased and write a new book? So how you fit dua with the qadar of Allah, the plan of Allah?
I think there's a couple of things, as you said, qada and qadar.
How do you fit dua?
The qada is a plan.
The qada
is given by Allah, the plan that's going to happen.
قضاء الأعلى, مجلس القضاء الأعلى في لبنان. Plan الأعلى.
Qada is a plan that's going to happen.
القضاء, let's agree on terminology. القضاء means القضاء الأعلى في لبنان. مجلس القضاء الأعلى, مجلس إيش? What is it?
It's الحكم.
The court who make ruling. قضاء. جريمة صارت, a crime committed. The judge said, he passed a sentence that قضاء, قضت المحكمة, blah blah blah. So qada is the ruling because of a crime. Now the qadar
is a measure. So
a measure, it's three types. Measure, أنزلنا من السماء ماء بقدر, with a measure, and إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدَرٍ, according to Elo. And جِئْتَ عَلَى قَدْرٍ يَا مُوسَى, which is the plan. So dua,
changes.
Is it against the plan or not?
No, it's not against the plan. But
So how will you fit dua if the plan is to happen? So you dua.
Because your dua is written in the plan itself. So
the dua changes the qadr, the measure itself.
Allah, yeah, increase the
So
food, the
bypass-
rain, increase the rain, increase the age, increase the food, increase the drink, change the measure. And the dua, the qadr, which is a low, you use a low against a low.
No,
Yeah, if you don't want water to evaporate at 100 degrees, you put pressure on it, or you put some chemicals, will not evaporate. If it freezes at 0, you put antifreeze in the radiator, so it will not freeze. So use that qadar against that qadar. But the plan, if the plan of Allah is this, where dua fits?
I think I mentioned that, possibly, and I explained differently. Dua is, as an example, you're going to be hit by material from the top of the mountain. I think this is hadith. A huge stone. When it comes, it's going to hit you. Instead of being a boulder, it will be a stone hitting you. So you're being hit by material, and Allah will plan that. If you do dua, the measure of it that's going to hit you, either in bala or something else, would be lower.
Because you accept that dua will...
It changes things, but not change the plan itself.
Change the measure.
Yeah,
so
change the measure.
You will die at a certain stage, but if you keep healthy and pray to Allah, you might
increase your lifespan.
Increase your lifespan, yeah.
I have, listened to a lot of scholars. The only one who gave really a good answer was Ali Jum'ah. Ali Jum'ah, even Sheikh Sha'rawi wasn't able to give that answer. Ali Jum'ah, he had a laptop like this in front of him, and he said the laptop is the time. This is the beginning, this is the end, this is the middle. And Allah Azza wa Jal is all over the time. So he's in the past, present, and future at the same time. He's the first, and he's the last, without an end. First without start, last without an end, last without an end, at the same time. So keep explaining it. Ata amrullahi fala tastajilu. The day of judgment happened with regard to Allah Azza wa Jal for us, still yet to come in the future. To prove it to us, Allah Azza wa Jal took Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on Isra and Mi'raj up to heaven, crossed the time, saw Jannah and people enjoying it, and heard Bilal walking behind him, with his slipper, and he saw the palace of Umar ibn Khattab, and he saw people punished in hell, and he came back to now. So he went to the future in Mi'raj and back. He saw.
But the way I look at it, I think you're speaking about something related but different in my view. Because you asked two questions in yours. It says, if Allah knows...
I haven't finished explaining yet.
Sorry.
Allah Azza wa Jal, for him, Day of Judgment already happened. So he is in the future, he looked back and he wrote all what happened. Already happened in the book. Some people think he wrote what's going to happen in the past, because they put Allah Azza wa Jal in the past and he's moving with us with the time, like all of us. Tomorrow is tomorrow, and next month, next year, next year. But he took Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam across the time, end of time, in Jannah and paradise and hellfire, people there. So for Allah Azza wa Jal, there is nothing called I'm waiting the future to happen. He's already saw the future, or what happened, wrote it in the book. For him, it's already written. So you fit the qadr, the plan of Allah Azza wa Jal, but you don't know when he wrote the book, in the future or in the past, or he's keep writing. So that's what we will have extreme difficulty perceiving it. It's not at all possible for us to understand it. This is why qadar, you must believe in qadar full stop. You don't have to know what is it and how it is. You just have to accept it as it is, and you have to make dua. And dua means you are believing in the qadar. that yes, Allah will change the things, although you don't think it's going to happen, but Allah will break that thing in your mind, break the physical law and whatever. And many people actually cured from cancer while doctors never thought they will be cured. Many people had circumstances totally changed and they thought it would never happen. Yeah. So Allah Azza wa Jal able to break even his physical law he created. Like he split the sea for Musa salam, and Isa was able to cure the deaf and the blind and things. And he broke things to show that, yes, I am the one who created, I can break it, I can change it. And when the Prophet ﷺ came, he is prophet from prophesies. He is going to tell us what's going to happen in the future. By definition, prophets are those who prophesize what's going to happen in the future. It's like when Allah sent the ayah, ألف لام ميم ذلك غلبت الروم في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون. In detail, it's going to happen, and it happened. When the Prophet ﷺ went in Badr, he went to the place, he said, here where so-and-so will die, here where so-and-so will be killed, here where so-and-so will be killed. And they were exactly. سنسمه على الخرطوم came in Mecca about Walid ibn al-Mughira. And when he died, they said, amazing, there's something strange. What is it? He said, somebody chopped his nose. He did it. It was in the Quran ages ago. So Allah has showed us a lot of evidence. And until now, I mean, one of the miracles in the Quran is that the sons of Israel will remain the sons of Israel. How many tribes existed in the globe? The sons of Israel existed 5,000 years ago. And Allah told us in the Quran, in Surah Bani Israel, that they will do this, Bani Israel. وَقَضَيْنَا إِلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ فِي الْكِتَابِ لَتُفْسِدُنَّ فِي الْأَرْضِ. So they still, 21st century, still people called Bani Israel. While people change in America and Australia and Europe and the Middle East, how can you write a book now about people, the tribe existed 5,000 years ago, and you will say after 1,500 years there will be this tribe? They will never perish. The sons of Israel will never perish till Isa comes. So this is why when it comes to Qadar of Allah Azza wa Jal, the plan, we stop from saying when he wrote the plan. How Allah writing his plan. Allah works in a way which you can never understand. This is because he is Allah and we are not. Yeah? Allah Azza wa Jal is the Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq said, Alhamdulillah, that's Allah, we can't understand him. If you understand him, you're like him. How Allah does, why Allah Azza wa Jal allowing the Israelis to kill so many Gaza people? Children, women, people really suffering day and night. I mean, if I had, I don't know, I mean, I need to go to Gaza and meet people and ask them, questionnaire and things, and then find out why Allah Azza wa Jal chose these people to shake the mountain in them in Turkey and kill them, or Morocco, or the flood in Libya. Why Allah Azza wa Jal allowing this war to carry on in Yemen? So, but if you go and look into individual people, you will find collectively because the Prophet ﷺ said, سلم أعصم أن أهلك ونحن وفينا الصالحون قال نعم إذا كثر الخبث. You will be destroyed if there is a lot of evilness around. So dua, when you go to dua, obviously that with dua muftah al-haja is open the gate for you to get what you want, what you need. And it's the rest, the refuge to those who really have extreme needs and are desperate for things to happen, and those who have the disasters happen to them. And ذم الله تعالى قوما تركوا الدعاء. One of the meaning of يقبضون أيديهم, they don't actually stretch their hands to call Allah Azza wa Jal. And that's another meaning that they are stingy, they don't give. Another meaning, they don't stretch your hand and ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give them. And Sa'id ibn Sa'd said, خلق الله تعالى الخلق وقال ناجوني. You want us to talk to him. And if you don't talk to me, look at me. If you don't look at me, hear me. And if you don't, be by my door. So I know you need something. You come out, oh, what are you waiting for? I'll give it to you. So you're too polite, you don't want to ask, you don't want to request. Be by his door, by the door of Allah Azza wa Jal. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا فَأَنزِلُوا حَاجَتَكُمْ بِهِ وَاللَّهُ will sort it. That's it, tafweed. Allah will sort that. Sahel bin Sa'ad did, he said, أقرب دعاء إلى الإجابة دعاء الحال. Now, you need really there, desperate. Why if you, oh Allah Azza wa Jal, give me 10 million in the bank and I want Ferrari in the future. But, oh Allah Azza wa Jal, I'm really boiling in hot fever and this pain and things. Allah Azza wa Jal, get rid of me. That will be answered. But to come and have, hope, I want this and this and this, a list from Allah Azza wa Jal. Yeah. But he said that now, dua al-muttar, you are really desperate to get this removed or done. And a man said, I was with the Junaid, and a woman came to him and said, pray to Allah Azza wa Jal to return my son. I lost my son. He said, go and be patient. So she went and came back a day later. Please ask Allah Azza wa Jal to return my son. He said, go and be patient. And she went days or a week or something, and then she came back, said, ask Allah Azza wa Jal to return my son. He said, be patient. And I said, I can't be patient anymore. I'm really desperate. I'm suffering. He said, okay, go, your son at home. So she went and found her son at home. So they came back and said, oh, my son at home. He said, how did you know? He said, Allah will answer the muttar. Desperate. So when she reached the level of being really desperate, she can't be patient anymore. I want my son now. Allah Azza wa Jal answered that. And afdal al-du'a am al-sukut, both. You need to ask Allah Azza wa Jal, or you need to make Allah Azza wa Jal, you are aware of me. I can't find the words to tell you. Like Sayyidina Ibrahim, when he was thrown to the fire, they said, Jibreel came, he said, do you want any help? He said, from you, no. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal. He said, he knows what's going on. Doesn't need to be explained to. So Allah Azza wa Jal said, قُلْنَا يَا نَارُ كُونِي بَرْدًا وَسَلَامًا, be cool and safe on Ibrahim. So the scholars look into whether it's actually, you better be quiet and ask Allah to sort it out for you, or be, asking again and again and again. There's another hadith, من شغله ذكري عن مسألتي أعطيته أفضل ما أعطي السائلين. If you're really busy worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal and making zikr and making, nawafil and things and helping, and you didn't actually have time to ask for yourself, Allah will sort out things for you, because you didn't actually have time to go and ask Allah Azza wa Jal. You're doing something to please Allah Azza wa Jal. And you need to make dua with your tongue, and you need to accept what Allah decides with your heart. So I'm making dua, but I'm accepting if it's not answered. It's fine. I'm happy with that. And they're saying, الأوقات مختلفة أحوال الدعاء. You need to make use of certain time. And sometimes you need to make dua, sometimes you need to be quiet, you need to be polite. And they said, فإذا وجد قلبه إشارة للدعاء, if you feel that in your heart you really need to beg Allah, ask. If you find in your heart that you better really keep quiet, you didn't deserve this, so you better leave it to Allah Azza wa Jal. Because sometimes you ask Allah dua and you don't deserve this, but you say, okay, Allah, I'm not brave enough because I've done this and this bad things, so you sort it out. And you need to be witnessing Allah Azza wa Jal. You are with Allah when you make dua. And he brought a khabar that Allah Azza wa Jal sometimes wants to hear more of you praying to Him, begging Him, because He wants to hear you begging Him. Just like the mother who wants to give their child. He wants some chocolate and make herself busy, busy here, busy there, and then he come again, and desperate, and please mom, then she gives them the chocolate. She enjoys that, phases when he's really expressing himself, that he's valuing what she's going to give him. And Yahya ibn Sa'id Qattan said, he saw Allah Azza wa Jalla in his dream, and he said, I'm asking you, you're not answering. He said, Yahya, I like to hear your voice. And Prophet Muhammad said, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ إِنَّ الْعَبْدَ لَيَدْعُو اللَّهَ وَهُوَ عَلَيْهِ غَضْبَانٌ فيعرض عنه ثم يدعوه فيعرض عنه ثم يدعوه فيعرض عنه فيقول للملائكة إن عبدي أبى عبدي أن يدعو غيري فقد استجب له. If you ask Allah Azza wa Jalla and Allah angry with you, carry on asking Allah Azza wa Jalla. And Allah doesn't give you, carry on asking Allah Azza wa Jalla. Allah doesn't give you. And then you ask again, then he said to his angels, this guy, the servant, he knows there's no God but me, so I'm going to give him. Although he's angry with you, but he was going to give you because you keep asking him, acknowledging he is the giver. He is the one who's going to sort it out for you. And then he said, there were a man at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. He used to make a trade. I might exceed my time for a few minutes because there's some couple of things I need you to learn. And he used to go on his own. Usually traders go in a group. They help support each other, protect each other. He was doing it on his own, and on his way back, a guy came. A pirate wanted to, a thief wanted to steal him. He was riding his horse, and he said to him to stop. He stopped. He said he wanted to kill him. I said, take my money, leave me. Why you want to kill me? He said, oh, your money is mine. Anyway, but he wanted to kill him as being a witness, against him. So he said, okay, wait till I do 2 rak'ah, pray to Allah Azza wa Jal. And he made wudu, and he prayed 2 rak'ah. And during the 2 rak'ah, he raised his hand and he made this dua, which really need to learn. And he said, asking Allah, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Dhul Arsh al-Majid. Wadud is the one who gives you a lot of kindness and happiness and closeness, and he's really compassionate with you. Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Dhul Arsh al-Majid, the owner of that great throne. Ya Mubdi' wa Ya Mu'id, the one who starts things and repeat it, restart, recreate again. Ya Fa'alun lima yurid, the one who does what he wants. I ask you, with the light of your face which filled your arsh, your throne, وأسألك بقدرتك التي قدرت بها على خلقك, by your ability to control all your creations, وبرحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء, and your mercy which included everything. No God but you, لا إله إلا أنت. يا مغيث أغثني 3 مرات. يا مغيث أخذني, يا مغيث أغثني. So he said it 3 times, and he came back, and a Faris, a horse rider, came to him, and he had green clothes, and he had a sparrow with his arm, and he looked into the thief, and he said, when the thief looked into the horse rider, he left the trader, he went to the horse rider, and when he came to the horse rider, he hit him off his horse, so he fell. And he came to the trader, he said, take this and go and kill him. He said, the trader said, who are you? Why you want me to kill him? I never killed anyone, and I don't like killing. And the horse rider went to the loss to the thief and killed him. And then he came to the trader and he said, I'm just telling you what happened. And I was in the 3rd heaven. And when you made the dua, we heard the doors of the heavens opening. And it has a mighty sound. And we said the major things happened. And so Mad'awat al-Thaniya, when you did the 2nd dua, the more doors opened to heaven. And it has like the flame of the fire. When you made the 3rd dua, Jibreel came down from the 7 heavens, it seems, and he said, who will get this man rescued? And this angel, a guy who came, he said, I made plead to Allah Azza wa Jal to make me the one who will get down and kill him. And he said, oh, you're a servant of Allah, whoever make dua with this dua in hardship, in difficulties, in any disaster, Allah Azza wa Jal will help him and get him out. And the tradesman came to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, came to Medina and came to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he told him the story, and he told him the dua. So the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allah Azza wa Jal has taught you the names of his, which if he is called using these names, he will respond. So when he's asked, he will give. So what we did, I will do what Sheikh Jabir did. I will do the dua with you. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. يا ودود يا ودود يا ودود. Say it, just say it after me. يا ذا العرش المجيد. يا مبدئ يا معيد. يا فعال لما يريد. نسألك بنور وجهك الذي ملأ أركان عرشك ونسألك بقدرتك التي قدرت بها على خلقك وبرحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء لا إله إلا أنت يا مغيث أغثنا يا مغيث أغثنا يا مغيث أغثنا يا مغيث أغث إخواننا في غزة يا مغيث أغث إخواننا في غزة يا مغيث أغث إخواننا في غزة والضفة الغربية. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. It seems he said the whole dua 3 times, or he said the last bit 3 times. But this is a dua. The Prophet ﷺ said, you know, if you use this and in real hardship, Allah will answer you. And Allah said, the Prophet said, إن الله لا يستجيب دعاء عبد من قلب لاهي. You can't call Allah make dua and your heart somewhere else. You have to be there. And you have to be halal food, always halal drink. The Prophet said to Sa'd, أطب كسبك تستجب معه دعوتك. Make all your income and eating and drinking halal. Allah will respond to your dua. And it's dua. It's the key for the sorting the problems. And Musa alayhi he passed with the man making dua and asking Allah to help him. And Musa said to him, "Oh Allah, if he was asking me, I would have done it for him. If he's begging Allah so much and asking Allah." And Musa said, "Oh Allah, if he was asking me, I would have given it to him." And Allah said to him, "He's asking me, but his heart was his sheep over there." So he went and told him. So he said, "I'm not going to be with Allah totally." So he was with Allah totally, and Allah sorted his problem. He cured them. And وقيل لجعفر الصادق, why we ask Allah and Allah doesn't respond to us? He said, because you call him and you don't even know him. So how many people know Allah and call him because they really in their heart is filled with his ability and things. And Sahel was the ruler in his city. He was very sick and wasn't cured. And they said to him, there's Sahel Tasatturi, one of the people of Allah, he asked him to make dua for you. And he came to him and he said to him, how would I ask Allah to cure you? And there's a lot of innocent people in your prisons. So you need to free them. So he freed all of them. And Sahel said, Allahumma kama ra'aytahu dhulla al-ma'siyah arihu izz al-ta'a wa farraj anhu. As you showed him the humiliation by being disobedient to you, show him how high he will be by obeying him and cure him. So he was cured. And they came to him, to Sahel, I said, he wanted to give him some money. He said, no, I don't want. And the people said, take it and give it to the poor. He said, look at the sand. And all the sand became like treasure in their eyes. He said, who would have all this treasure and ask for a few penny from the king? So Allah gave him the satisfaction. And Salih Mari said, "Man aqra baba babak yushak an yuftah lahu." Keep looking. Find out who's behind this door. Just go and tell us. And Rabi al-Adawiyya said, "Who told you the door is locked anyway?" So he said, "Oh, the woman was really educated and he wasn't." سمعت السر يقول حضر المجلس معروف كرخي يقول ادعو الله أن يرد إلي كيسي فإنه سرق فيها 1000 دينار فسكت وقعد معروف. أقول ما زويت عن بيع. So a guy wanted he wanted him to return. He lost his bag and there's 1,000 dinar in it. So he was quiet and he asked. They asked again. So Ma'ruf al-Karhi said, how would you ask him to do things for you which he didn't do for his own prophets and is close to him? So the man said, oh, you can make general dua for me then. And Layth said, you know, he saw Uqba bin Nafi' Dhurir and he was blind, and he said, and he became able to see again. He said, I saw in my dream, somebody taught me a dua. Ya Qareeb, Ya Mujib, Ya Sami' dua, Ya Latif, Annima Yasha, Rudd alayya basari. So this dua, Ya Qareeb, you are too close to us. Ya Mujib, you are the one who answers, the one who hears the dua, the request, and the one who is really kind to everything he wants to do. Return my eyesight. And he woke up and he can see. I'll probably stop here. There's quite a few worksheets to go. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم اجعل اجتماعنا هذا اجتماعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما. May Allah make our meeting blessed and protect us after leaving here. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر والحمد لله رب العالمين. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Well, thank you for coming, Sheikh Abdul Karim, mashallah. Very kind of you. There's quite a few more on
is the palace of like the picture, yeah. Palace.
أهلا وسهلا. الحمد لله السلامة. جاي مع الأهل. ما شاء الله.
الأولاد كانوا بيشوفوا محمد.
ما شاء الله.
بس كيف هي بكل الأيام الماضية هذه كلها بيشوفوا محمد.